Hello friends, before we start, I want to thank the people who wrote to me by mail and shared their stories from life. This helps to create content on this channel and develop the community. Thank you very much. I want to ask you to subscribe, like, and write a comment to this girl. Just write the truth as you see fit. This is a girl's confession about how she cheats on a guy. Now let's move on to the story. I know I will probably be eaten alive, but I'm in such a state that I feel physically ill because of what is happening. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for over 8 years. At first, it wasn't a very serious relationship, but now we live together. I have a son from a previous relationship and he has no contact with his father. A year and a half ago, I fell in love with another man. Everything was happening so fast that it left me shocked by what was happening and what I was feeling. Cheating on a guy because of his lack of initiative and sex. I've never cheated before. It turns out I'm hypocritical because I used to condemn cheaters. I cheated on the only man who was kind to me. We have never had serious problems in our relationship except for his lack of initiative in sex. We haven't had sex for 2.5 months. I cheated on a guy a year and a half ago. I told my partner that I was cheating on him, although it was hard for him. We decided to continue living together as we still love each other. The other man and I stopped contacting. We decided not to keep in touch at all until we were cured of all this. Since then, my boyfriend and I have never talked about it. He behaves the same way, spending a lot of time playing video games, 6-7 hours a day. And I fell into a deep depression when it turned out that my mother was terminally ill with cancer, and this further worsened my condition. Plus, I was still studying at the university. I missed another man. I wanted to be friends with him at least, and I started to suffer terribly from that too. I even remember that sometimes when I took public transport to the university and accidentally met him there, he was sitting next to me and I thought I would go crazy. I started having health problems myself. I cried so much. My hair started to fall out. As a result, I developed gastritis. In the end, another man contacted me again, and we tried to maintain friendly relations. However, we did sleep together once, and the fact that I'm doing this behind my boyfriend's back makes me suffer even more. I know that another man also loves me and wants me to leave my partner and be with him. I'm confused. I don't feel ready to leave my boyfriend. But since I cheated on him, I feel like an invisible wall has been created between him and me, as if I can't access him like I used to. I'm truly sorry about what happened, and I messed it up because I'm stupid. I'm a terrible, selfish person. I don't see a way out of this nightmare, but I talk to my boyfriend, tell him what's happening to me without mentioning the most important thing. I think he deserves to know, but I haven't dared to tell him yet. The problem is that after that, I have no idea how to proceed. Leave both of them? Stay alone? Maybe my partner won't want to stay with me after I tell him that I'm talking to someone with whom I cheated on him again. I love him, but I feel constant tension, especially when he thinks about marrying me. He's seen me cry many times, but I've never been able to tell him the exact reason. I hate that I'm such a coward, but now I know I have to do this and it will break his heart, and I hate myself for it. Angry male response to cheating on a guy. A few years ago, I started researching the question, does a relationship between a strong woman and a weak man have a chance of success? Although different opinions may have differed slightly, my conclusions were basically the same. As for dating or starting a relationship, starting a marriage, and so on, most women prefer a weak man because he makes her feel important. He makes her feel needed. He feeds her ego to high levels and makes women feel stronger and more important, knowing that a weak man in some way at least under their control. But there's another aspect. While a weak man was distinguished by selfishness and self-esteem, later many women begin to feel boredom and dissatisfaction in such relationships and begin to strive to acquire a strong man. Someone who doesn't need them but wants them, and someone who will challenge them and won't let them behave badly like a spoiled child. Confident women don't need weak men. They need a strong one to keep them in balance, and thus women will have a better chance of staying faithful and respecting their male partners more. A confident woman wants to be challenged and attracted to a strong man. A confident woman knows that if she stops paying attention to a strong man, he will simply find another one. It depends on the female psychology, knowing that the partner has options. She does not want the other to benefit from what she refused. That's why, as a rule, women cheat on weak characters. As for our belle, which for her husband is more like a deadly nightshade. If you and I were in a relationship or married, and you piled this shit on me even once, you would walk out the door with things for 5 minutes, or I would leave, wishing you a happy life with your lover. Female response to infidelity. Belle, it seems you answered your question when you said, "A year and a half ago, I fell in love with another man." The romance that you started was not just sexual, it looks like a love affair. If a person loves the partner with whom he lives, he may be physically attracted to someone else, but he will never say that he fell in love with him. I see the problem in the fact that you have been cohabiting with your partner for 8 years, and he still has not agreed to marry you. You resented it. I can understand if you really feel offended. However, you said you fell in love with this new man, and he expressed similar feelings. Maybe it's time to break up with your life partner and date other people. You cheated and hurt him. Probably now the time has passed, you disgust him. At first, he was ready to forgive you, but then he realized that you were not worth it. If you've had problems with him before, like with video games, you should have been an adult and talked to him about it. If he hadn't changed, you should have left, but it looks like you wanted both. Let him be around, and I can cheat with another man. I'm sorry, but this is not an excuse, and you are still responsible for your actions. Just leave it and go to a consultation if you're not able to sort yourself out. Channel author's advice. I understand that you are going through a difficult and emotionally stressful time, and I want you to know that you are not alone. It takes a lot of courage to openly talk about such a personal struggle, and I thank you for sharing your feelings. First of all, it is important to take care of yourself. The emotional shock you are experiencing can have a profound effect on your well-being. Consider seeking support from friends, family, or even professional advice. Talking to someone you trust can provide you with a safe space to express your thoughts and feelings, and it can open up new perspectives on how to move forward. Remember that experiencing conflicting emotions is normal, especially when you have to make difficult decisions. However, it is extremely important to give yourself time and space to sort out these feelings. Be patient with yourself and avoid making hasty decisions that you may regret later. Think about having an open and honest conversation with your boyfriend. Communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and if you share your difficulties with him, it can bring you closer. Although it won't be easy, and whether the guy will be able to forgive you, I'm not sure. But it will be the right step on your part. As they say, the bitter truth is better than the sweet lie. Take some time to reflect on what really makes you happy and self-realized. Evaluate your needs and desires in a relationship and think about what you want for your future. Evaluating your priorities can help you gain clarity and make informed decisions about your next steps. Infidelity is undoubtedly a difficult problem to solve, and it is very important to take responsibility for your actions. As you move forward, learn from this experience and strive to grow as a person. Mistakes happen, and that's part of being human. The main thing is to learn from them and correct mistakes if possible. Ultimately, trust your instincts and listen to your heart. Look for a path that matches your values and brings you inner peace. Remember that you have the strength inside you to overcome these difficulties and find a way forward. It's okay to feel fear or uncertainty about the future, but know that you have the strength to make positive changes in your life. Ask for support. Take time for self-reflection and be kind to yourself throughout this process. You are stronger than you think, and I believe in your ability to find a way that will bring you happiness and self-realization. I wish you courage, clarity, and strength in your upcoming journey. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey of love, betrayal, and redemption. I appreciate your support and encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this story. Your participation and feedback are invaluable for shaping our content and promoting mutual understanding and community growth. Until we meet again.